What if I told you that nothing in your life was truly wasted? Not the years you cried yourself to sleep. Not the seasons where you felt lost. Not the time you spent in places you outgrew. What if God was watching every moment, even the ones you regret the most, and He already planned to restore it all? Some of you feel behind in life, behind in purpose, behind financially, behind emotionally. You look at where you thought you'd be by now and quietly ask, God, why did I lose so much time? But listen carefully. God does not measure your life the way people do. He doesn't count years the way humans count years. He redeems them. And this message is not about hype or motivation. This is about restoration. Because the same God who allowed the season is the same God who will pay you back for it. There is a pain that doesn't scream. It just sits quietly in the chest. The pain of feeling like life passed you by. Years spent surviving instead of living. Years lost to fear, mistakes, wrong decisions, wrong people. Years where nothing seemed to move. And the hardest part? Watching others move forward while you feel stuck. You prayed. You waited. You tried again. And still silence. But delay is not denial. And silence is not absence. Stay with me. What you're about to hear may change how you see your entire life. There's a promise many people read but struggle to believe. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. God didn't say days. He didn't say moments. He said years. Years can be restored in ways humans can't explain. One opportunity can erase 10 years of struggle. One open door can unlock what effort never could. One season with God can rewrite an entire past. Restoration does not mean going backward. It means God redeems forward. What took others 10 years, God can do for you in one moment. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. If God had given you the blessing earlier, it would have crushed you. If He opened the door before healing you, you would have walked out again. Some habits had to break. Some mindsets had to die. Some wounds had to be healed. Because God doesn't just restore things. He restores people. The waiting built discernment. The pain built wisdom. The silence built faith. You didn't lose years. You gained depth. And depth is what allows you to carry what's coming. Some of the hardest wasted years are the ones you blame yourself for. You replay the choices, the warnings you ignored, the moments you wish you could undo, and quietly you tell yourself, this is my fault. But God already knew every decision you would make, and He still wrote restoration into your story. Your mistakes didn't surprise Him. Your detours didn't cancel His plan. If failure disqualified people, David would have been finished. Peter would have been replaced. Moses would have never returned. Yet God restored them. Broken seasons are not empty seasons. They teach what success never could. Some years feel wasted because nothing visible happened. But internally everything changed. You learned patience. You learned humility. You learned how to survive without applause. And when God restores you, you won't be careless with it, because you understand the cost of losing it. What looked like delay was actually preparation. There were moments you felt invisible, overlooked, forgotten. You showed up, but no one noticed. You stayed faithful, but nothing changed. You waited, but doors stayed closed. And quietly, a thought crossed your mind. God, did you forget about me? But God never forgets His own. What felt like abandonment was actually isolation for preparation. Some seasons require separation, not because you're rejected, but because God is protecting what He's building. If everyone had access to you then, they would have damaged what you're becoming now. God hid you on purpose, while others were visible. You were being fortified. And when God brings you back into the light, you won't be fragile. You'll be grounded. Restoration is not rushed, because healing cannot be rushed. God could restore everything instantly, but He cares more about who you become than how fast you arrive. Some wounds needed time to close. Some trust needed time to rebuild. Some habits needed time to die. If God restored everything too quickly, you would return to old cycles. So he slowed the process, not to hurt you, but to free you. Restoration isn't just about replacing what was lost. It's about removing what caused the loss. And that takes patience. What you call waiting, God calls aligning. When restoration comes, it won't pull you backward. It will launch you forward. There will come a day when everything connects. The pain, the silence, the delay. You'll look back and realize God wasn't absent. He was intentional. The people who left made room for healthier connections. The doors that closed redirected you to better ones. The years that felt empty were actually full of shaping. And in that moment, you won't be angry anymore. You'll be grateful because God didn't just restore what you lost. He protected what you hadn't reached yet. That's when peace replaces regret. That's when you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start saying, now I understand. There is nothing missing in your life that God cannot restore. There is no delay too long, no mistake too deep, no season too broken. Your past does not disqualify you. Your waiting does not weaken you. It prepared you. God will restore all your wasted years, not partially, not slowly, not symbolically, fully, purposefully, beautifully. What you thought was lost will return with meaning. What you thought was delayed will arrive with clarity. Stay faithful. Stay patient. Stay close to God. Your season is changing, and when it does, everything will make sense.